Let's keep going here. There's a big jump in letters. We just finished letter F. Now we're on to K, because there's literally nothing in between that I have for some reason. So this album is really inexpensive. You can like find it everywhere. This is Killswitch Engage's As Daylight Dies. In my opinion, it's probably my favorite record from them until their latest one. I feel like they had a new release with Incarnate about a week ago. I really like that one a lot. So this one is a lot of fun. If you're into metalcore, this is a really good album to like get into the genre. Some really good songs on here. It's got My Curse, Eye of the Storm, and I really like Reject Yourself too. So if you wanted some really, really killer stuff, I really like Adam's guitar work too. Check this one out. So second stack, beginning now. Alright, let's bring some rap into the circle. I do not have a lot of rap, but this is the one album I do have. This is Lecrae's Gravity. He talks about some really cool, controversial stuff. I really like listening. This guy's got really good lyrics, and he's got really good flow as well, so if you're into rap, check this album out. I think it's his best. Yeah, pretty cool. It's got some good songs. There's a lot of guests on this record, so there's a lot of rap records, I feel like, that have a lot of guests, but there's some really good stuff. I really like Mayday, Violence, Buttons is really good. There's a lot of really unique songs on there, so yeah, check that out if you're into that. Alright, we got a full-on CCM record here, guys. This is Leland's Sound of Melodies. This, I think, was their first full record. I really actually like this band. They have some really, really good like worship lyrics and stuff like that are, I think, are unique and aren't as boring, in my opinion. I feel like a lot of CCM lyricists like to repeat themselves, so it's kind of nice to have something that's a little bit of a change up. If you like that genre, but you want to have something a little bit different, this record's really good. Let's check that out. I think their next album I've heard is really good too. This is a Lifescapes jazz record. I've actually never listened to it, so I think Target released these like years ago or whatever. I don't even know why I have it. We have Mastodon's Leviathan. This one was back in 2004? This is Relapse Records. I actually did not know that. Yeah, this is Leviathan. This is the album, I think, about Moby Dick. It's a really, really good album. I actually picked up this album and did not like it at first. I listened to the first track and I'm like, what the heck is this? So I put it down, and then 6 months later I tried it again. I'm like, you know, actually I really enjoy this. I'm going to try to take this out so I can show it off for you guys, obviously. Blood and Thunder, the first track is really good. I really like Megalodon and Iron Tusk. There's a lot of really good songs on this album. Oh yeah, here's the front. It's very similar to the cover, obviously, but Relapse has a lot of really interesting... Oh, Obscure is on there. Yeah, but there's a lot of really interesting, if you're into like grindcore or like just the weirder side of metal. Mastodon is a very unique band if you're into that kind of stuff. So another CCM album. I actually really liked this when it first came out. This is Matthew West's History. It's got some really good like personable lyrics, and I feel like this is another album, I think, where the lyrics are a little different, and you can kind of enjoy this record besides the typical Christian tropes that they like to throw out there. So check this out if you haven't. It's kind of cool. There's 3 songs about the past, 4 songs about the present, and 4 songs about the future. So it's really cool. I kind of like the way he went with this album. It's very unique. And then another one, I feel like for some reason, my collection's really weird. I feel like alphabetically it goes through different genres. It's very strange. This is Mercy Me's Christmas album, another CCM record. Got this when I actually saw them on tour with, I think it was Chris Tomlin and a couple other people. So if you like Christmas songs, these are actually some pretty nice soulful takes on them. Let's see. I got this one, I think, for free. I have not listened to it in full, but this is Michael W. Smith's Stand from, I think it was 2005, something like that. It's inspired by, I think, Adoptions. So if you like lyrics like that, I personally enjoy Michael W. Smith's older music a lot, but I have it. There's no reason to throw it away. I mean, it's good music, so there's nothing wrong with that, right? Oh yeah, this one's cool. This one I think had some print issues, so I don't think there are a lot of copies of this out there. This is Mutiny Within's debut record. This was on Roadrunner Records before something happened with their, I forgot what happened, but the band hasn't made a lot of albums for some reason. I have their second record digitally that they released through Bandcamp, but I honestly really like this band. They have a lot of really good songs. I don't even know what genre I could put them in. They just write some really good stuff. Falling Forever, of course, Lethean, Oblivion. There's a lot of really good songs on this album, so if you like metal in general, that's a good one to check out. Another CCM record. I honestly have not listened to this at all, or I might have listened to like the first couple songs. It's not my thing. I did see her live, I think, once when I went to a concert with my dad years ago, but I honestly don't know a lot of this album. Oh, this is interesting. I went to Night of Joy in Disney World back in 2007. It's like a Christian music festival, and this is the CD that came with it. Funny enough, it's just like a compilation album of a bunch of different songs. I don't remember what it has on it. Honestly, I don't think it has Somewhere in the Sky on it from Cutlass for some reason, so it's not a bad album. I just stopped listening to it once I got into stuff that was more complex and, in my opinion, interesting. Alright, Nine Lashes World We View. This is another Christian rock record, but they only made only one record like this. The records after this are like electronic style. They're influenced that way, so their band made a lot of big changes, but I kind of like this album. It's kind of like a mix between Thousand Foot Crutch and Red. So it's like that hard rock style kind of thing. And that guy's mohawk is completely insane. It's hilarious. Matter of fact, this is just a weird photo in general. This is kind of weird. It's like photos of there's helicopters above them. I don't know. I don't know what it's trying to go for, but what the hey? Oh, there's a sticker on the back of the still. Uh-oh. If anyone needs stickers peeled off of their albums, let me know. I'm a pro at that. This is another Christian rock album. This is number one Guns, Promises for the Imperfect. Man, I do know these album titles pretty well. I actually really like this. If you're into stuff kind of like Sausen or, what's another one? Not Circus Maximus. I forgot. Starts with a C. Anthony Green's other project, but this is actually really good. It's got some good lyrics. And some of the guitar work is actually pretty fun, too. They did some newer stuff on Bandcamp that I still need to check out, but this is a good album. All right, here we go. Here's some punk for you. We've got Paramore's Riot. This was back in 2005 or something. No, 2007. Geez, all this music is newer than I thought it was. This is Paramore back in their heyday when they had the two guitarist brothers, which I think are right there or whatever. Yeah, I kind of like to put this on every once in a while. It's like, I would call it sassy punk music or breakup style, if you're into that. So this, in my opinion, is still their best album. So another classic from the post-grunge genre of the 90s, Pearl Jam's 10. This is, I think, was their first album. As you can tell, it's got the hits Alive, Even Flow, and Jeremy. So if you're into post-grunge, you guys obviously know who these guys are. This is the band that apparently people think Creed ripped off, which is kind of funny. So I don't know. People are always trying to make drama about music, but this is a really good album. It sticks to one style, but they do it really well. Plus, that one's really scratched up. I think this is an original copy, but I found it used. Another one of those. All right, this one's got an interesting backstory. This is Periphery 2. This time it's Personal is actually the name of the album in full, but yeah, this album's really cool. I actually bought 2 hard copies of this and also have a poster back in my room of it. Really, really good album. It's got some really different songs on it. This is something I actually haven't gone back to in a while, so I feel like I should go back and listen to this because I do like Periphery's albums, and I feel like each album they do is pretty different. Even though they still like maintain a certain sound, they're very unique. Another Sumerian band, obviously. I really like Have a Blast. G is really good, or J.I. I don't know what it's called, but I really love Luck is a Constant, Arised. I don't know. There's a lot of actually songs on this album that I totally forgot about. So yeah, that album's really good. Oh, this is a good one. All right, so this is an exception where I feel like I should probably have gotten this on vinyl, but this was a birthday present from my mother-in-law, so props to her on that. She made a pretty good pick. This is Pink Floyd's Pulse. This is like a special edition release with a really nice like cardboard back and everything. I think it has both Dark Side of the Moon in full, which is obviously apparently the most popular album in the world. So Pink Floyd's Pulse. It's got that, and it also has, I think, this is a live album of some of their hits. There's a lot of Shine On You Crazy Diamond. It's obviously got a lot of their a lot of their hits, a lot of the cool stuff. There's some good like live photos in here of a lot of stuff they've done previously. I think the last album they did before they broke up for permanently was The River. That just came out last year, and then this is Dark Side of the Moon, and it's full, which is cool. So if you're ever looking for like a new copy of Dark Side of the Moon, I think this might be remastered as well. Definitely go pick this up. I think this is still in stores. Just a really nice, like really pretty looking album. So yeah, there's some classic rock there for you. All right, we're going back into, well, this is like more in the new metal camp. If you're into like Korn or stuff like that, POD is really good. This is another like kind of Christian rock project kind of deal. They don't call themselves that, but that's what I would consider them to be. This is When Angels and Serpents Dance. This was 2008. Yes. Pretty cool. It's got some good songs on it. Kind of got me into that whole camp as well. Shine With Me, I think, was the first song I ever heard from it. Really fun record if you're into that genre. I like to jump around. I don't really care about genres. I just like music, so this last one still has a sticker on it. I don't know why, but this is one I found used. I need to get that sticker off, but this is Radiohead's The Bends. Another 90s band, but this is before they went all experimental with their keyboards and stuff. This is back when they just wrote like straight up rock music pretty much. This one's got some fun songs on it. I really like Bones and Fake Plastic Trees. High and Dry is cool. Really good songs on this one. This was back in 1994, the year I was born. So, yeah. This one's a very unique album. Interesting time for them. You've got Red. I mentioned these guys before. Another like Christian rock band, but they're like more of a crossover kind of deal. So they're a lot like Breaking Benjamin. That's the band I've called them the most be referred to. But I'd say they're pretty unique. This is End of Silence. This is their first full-length record that they ever did. This is back like 2006 or 2005. 2006, yep. This album's really good. It's got a lot of like symphonic elements. If you're into like hard rock, but you want something a little different, this is the album for you. It's got a lot of good songs. I really like Let Go, Pieces, Wasting Time. There's a lot of really cool songs on this album too. So it's got my favorite tuning too, drop B flat. So we've got the album after that they released, Innocence and Instinct. Speaking of which, that was another album that my wife had in her collection that she let me have for this. So this is one they made after that. I got this one myself, Innocence and Instinct. This is the deluxe edition, I believe. This album, in my opinion, is their best. Got a lot of really good songs on it. It also has a bonus DVD. It's got a music video, and then the making of Innocence and Instinct, the documentary, and a deluxe photo gallery. So, it's been a while since I've seen the DVD. I forgot how good it is. I think it's pretty cool. I think most of it's pretty like somber stuff, but if you do want to see how they kind of made this record, get the deluxe edition. I think there's plenty of copies out there, but this is a good album. I really like this one. So, yeah. So like I said, I'm going with the band trend and the fact that I've literally I have a lot of releases from one band. This is another one that my wife gave me. This is Until We Have Faces. This came after Innocence and Instinct. I like this one a lot too, but I think Innocence and Instinct takes the cake as far as their discography goes. Got some good songs on it. Another standard, like, there's so much red on this album cover. It's ridiculous. It's just completely red. There's probably not one thing on this album that's not red. Then they decided to get all edgy and be like, oh, we're going to make a blue album now. This is Release the Panic. This one, they went more like electronic almost. I don't like this one as much. I don't hate it, but I listened to it once, and then I was just kind of like, and I just didn't listen to it again for some reason. But I'm glad I have it, because I've got a lot of other records from them, and for some reason this is all glass. That's literally the inside of it. And the CD is, I think, in here, but it's just more glass, for what I remember. It's a very different album from them, but it's got a lot of... This is the deluxe edition, so it comes with some pretty unique bonus tracks. We are now on to these last two stacks. This is Relient K's The Bird and the B-Sides. I think this was around 2008 or so. Yep, nailed it. It's got a coffee stain on it because I was a little kid and I put a cup of coffee on the disc, like I should not have, but hey. This album is funny. It's just hilarious. If you want to see a band messing around, but obviously Relient K is just a funny band, so this is both The Bird and the B-Sides, which is just like, it's like a B-Sides record. That's pretty much what it is. It's just a bunch of songs that they never fully finished or ever put on a record. And then the Nashville Tennis EP. As you can tell, that's like a random... I think they're from Nashville. I think that's why it's called that. This has got some really good and some really hilarious songs. If you're into punk music, check out Relient K. They are worth your time and your money. So again, I like to collect band by band. This is, in my opinion, Relient K's best album, 57 years ago. This is before they made The Bird and the B-Sides. It's got some really like personable lyrics. I really enjoy them. They help me get through some harder times in my life. And this is obviously, they're kind of like a Christian band, so they kind of help me get into harder music and also just kind of make me care about it a little more. Got some really good songs. Come Right Out and Say It, Give Until There's Nothing Left, Taking You With Me, a lot of really cool stuff. There's some like cliche moments, but other than that, this is a fun album to listen to. Definitely check that one out. I know that I say definitely check this out probably a million times in this video. This is Relient K's Christmas album. This one's a lot of fun. If you like Christmas music and you want something a little different, the only Christmas records I'll usually buy are ones that are like unique or pull off something that's just crazy and funny and fun. This is a great one. Let It Snow Baby, Let It Rain Dear. Really bad pun on that one, but yeah, tons of Christmas songs. A couple of ones that I even wrote themselves. So yeah, definitely another one that is worth your time. All right, we are on the punk train today. Got Rise Against's Appeal to Reason. I think this was like 2006, something like that. Really good Rise Against record. I think I found this one going around, and I was like, hey, I don't have enough punk in my CD collection. But this one's got some classics. Long Forgotten Sons, Re-Education Through Labor. I really like Audience of One, Hero of War. All right, back into metal, because I've got a lot of metal in my CD collection for some reason. Because, you know, I like metal. We've got Scar Symmetry's The Unseen Empire. This one's got an interesting story because I had an old car that I put this CD into, and as soon as I started listening to it, the CD player broke. It's kind of creepy. I had to take the CD player out of the car, destroy it, and then take the CD out of it. So, let's just say that this is the most evil album in my collection because it broke my car's CD player. But seriously, this is actually a really good album. This is the second one that they did with their new pair of vocalists. It's kind of ironic because their guitarist's name is Pear. Or is it Pear? Yeah, it's Pear. That's hilarious. Check this one out. It's really good. It's got some really good songs on it. I have to actually remember them because the song names are extremely complicated. Illuminoid Dream Sequence, Domination Agenda, and Alpha Omega are ones that come to mind. This album is really good if you're into melodic death metal and nice catchy choruses. Alright, and the next Scar Symmetry album that I have, just a forewarning, there's a lot of bands starting with the name S for some reason. I feel like a lot of bands just like to call themselves S names. I don't know why, but this is the Singularity Phase 1, Neo-Humanity. They're working, I think, on a Phase 2 to this album, but this is a really cool record. It's got a lot of really good guitar solos on it, and the album artwork is just ballin'. Let's see. There's some songs I really like on this. I'm trying to focus. There we go. I like Children of the Integrated Circuit. That is a instrumental track. Of course, Neuromancers is freaking awesome. Oh, and Limits to Infinity is super catchy. Yeah, this one's a lot of fun. I really like Scar Symmetry. I have their other albums too. I don't know why I don't have Holographic Universe, because that is a really good album from them. My personal favorite, and everyone else's. So next we've got, we're going back into death metal here. We've got Septic Flush's Titan. This one's probably got the darkest album art I have from any album. It's pretty cool stuff though. They are a Greek band. They write this really like symphonic style of death metal. They literally have an entire Philharmonic orchestra doing parts throughout the entire album. It's heavily influenced by, I think, Wagner. He's a classical composer. So we've got both the record itself and a DVD with the making of. This one is just amazing to watch because it just shows off the fact that the guitarist actually composed all these symphonic parts for them. So this is a really unique record. I really enjoy this one. It's also got some bonus tracks where it's literally just the orchestral parts. I don't know. It's just a massive album. If you're into death metal, you don't even need to be into that, honestly. My wife even enjoys some of the symphonic parts because they're just so sweeping, and it's full of grandeur. Back into the Christian rock camp we go. This is Skillet's Collide. This is another wife contribution. This was around actually when Linkin Park was popular, so you can kind of tell there's a little bit of influence on this guy. I really like it. It's full of attitude. It's really fun. It's got some pretty cool songs on it too. So another one of the albums that helped me get into heavier music. I actually got into Skillet though after this album came out. So I listened to that one, at least not as heavily as the next one I listened to, which was Comatose. This one's got more like electronic influence in it. There's like some glitchy stuff going on. I liked this album. This was one of the first ones I ever got this is the first album I ever got from Skillet. If you like, I don't know, I'd say if you're into Breaking Benjamin, Red, those kinds of bands, Skillet is also for you. It's kind of cool that also husband and wife are involved in this project. That is a rare case nowadays. There are not a lot of musical projects where both husband and wife are involved. And of course I also have their latest album, which I don't know whether they're working on another one yet. Was this 2013? Yeah, yep. Rise. I liked this one too. I have seen Skillet live several times as well, and they put on a really fun live show. They've got a lot of like pyrotechnics and all that. So I think this was a deluxe edition, so it also comes with a DVD with the making of, and that one's actually entertaining to watch. I really like it, and their drummer Jen Ledger is a beast. So I don't know. I haven't been listening to them a lot lately, but I had a phase where I was freaking in love with them, and they're totally, in my opinion, still worth anyone's time if you're getting into like heavier music or you just enjoy lyrics that are motivational. Stephen Curtis Chapman's Christmas album. This one I don't remember being as unique. It's just all like regular Christmas songs, but I do have it. I got this when I saw him live a couple of years ago. I think I saw him, that was on the Chris Tomlin tour as well. Alright, this one's funny. We've got some power metal, or some more like melodic and ridiculous sounding stuff. This is Stratovarius' Elysium. I don't know whether this is considered their best album, but I picked this up because I was like, I don't have any Stratovarius, and I don't have anything that I consider to be really like crazy. So we've got Stratovarius' Elysium. This was released back in 2011. Oh, it's actually more recent than I thought. I think I bought this in 2012, so it was their latest record. I haven't listened to this one in full yet, but I remember really liking it. It's got some really cool like keyboard work, and there's some really good guitar solos. It's a pretty popular power metal band. There are bands in that genre that I like more than Stratovarius, but I'm glad I have that, at the very least. Alright, some American death metal. Woohoo! I got this one really recently. This is Suffocation's Pinnacle of Bedlam. If you guys know Suffocation, another band that does one thing really well. They just like blistering fast death metal with tons of like dissonant riffs and stuff. So this album is fun. I've listened to it all the way through about once or twice. I honestly need to listen to it a little more, even though I just got it recently. Really good one to listen to. I enjoy Eminent Wrath, Sullen Days, My Demise. There's tons of really good stuff on this record. If you're into stuff you can mosh to. Suffocation is perfect for that. All right, here's one that was really interesting back in the day. This might have been one of the first hard copy records that I actually ever bought for myself. This is another, like, in the vein of, except this is Switchfoot's Nothing Is Sound, by the way, released in like 2005, I think. This one had some. This album was made back around when DRM was a big issue, back when Apple was like first getting iTunes out there, and everyone was freaking out, going, "Whoa, I can only download like this album a certain amount of times or whatever." Well, this CD had some DRM issues. You can literally only rip this CD 3 times before it locks you out. Not only that, but you can't listen to the album, I don't believe, without the CD in the player. So it's kind of ridiculous. It plays completely normally on a regular CD player, but if you try to rip the album, after 2 weeks, the songs will then say, "Oh, you need the DRM from the CD in order to get it to work." And there is no way to fix this. It was released on, I think, a Sony record label, Sony BMG or something like that, but so I don't get to listen to this album very much because I listen to a lot of my music digitally, like with my phone and such. So it's just kind of funny that that's what happened. But I still have it. It's a really good album. It's got some good songs on it. I like Stars, Shadow Proves the Sunshine. They're a little bit more of like a crossover band, but if you're into that kind of stuff, they bring off a really cool like West Coast flavor. Oddly enough, Lynn said that the Deftones sound a lot like them. Or at least the vocalist sounds very similar. And I'd say I would agree on that front. Next, we've got Symphony X's Iconoclast. This one was released back in, I think, 2011. This is the one they put out right before their latest record, Underworld. And I like that record too, but this one, if you're into the more proggy side of Symphony X, this album is honestly really good. I really like it. So this is the CD. This is also the special edition of the album. This one's more about like machines taking over the world or whatever, which is obviously a typical theme of a lot of metal bands, but Symphony X just does what they do really well. It's really proggy, but also really groovy. I prefer them over Symphony X just because of the guitar work is a little bit flashier, and I like some of their stuff, but I don't know. I go back and forth between Dream Theater and Symphony X as far as that goes, but this, I believe, is... Oh yeah, I forgot. Even though this is a special edition, it's just the 2 discs, because it's a double album. So it's got some really good songs on it. The Iconoclast title track is killer. If you're into like long, proggy songs, it's perfect for that. I like Light Up the Night. Rain and Madness is really good, and so is Heretic. Some really just like groovy songs on this album. It's a lot of fun. I blasted this one in my dad's backyard a while back. It was funny. All right. Back into Christian rock camp. We've got 1,000 Foot Crutches. This is where we begin. Jeez, I forgot what that album was called. I got this one from my sister a long time ago, and she never listened to it, so I took it back from her because I was like, if you ain't going to listen to that music, let me collect it. I would say that this is their last album that was just full out like rock. They tried some other stuff with some of their newer albums that I honestly haven't tried yet, but I've heard that it's very different, so we'll see. But this has got some pretty cool songs on it. They do one thing really well. I feel like I wouldn't ever need like a lot of their albums because they're very similar in taste, so I don't know. Very, very interesting stuff. All right, the home stretch. The last few albums I'm going to be pulling out, and then we will be done. We've literally gone through, like, a lot of records. If you guys want to count how many I have, I should probably be doing that. So yeah, we got, like, 10 more left. This is Threat Signal's Under Reprisal, released back in 2006. It's older than I thought. Threat Signal is really unique. They're a lot like In Flames, I would say. Speaking of which, that's an album that's a band I really like, and I have like almost all their albums, but for some reason none of them are in hard copy. So yeah, this is the album that they were like, oh, we're gonna go do our own thing. We don't need to have anyone else involved, like a label or whatever. They're Canadian. They're pretty freaking awesome. They make like really groovy songs, and that's rare. The actual track names are on the CD itself. Yeah, I found this one very recently. This was I'm sorry. Under Reprisal is not the album that they did themselves. This is the one they actually did under a Nuclear Blast before they went independent for their next album, which was Vigilance. Vigilance was the first one I actually got. This is the second album that I actually got from them, but it's the first album they ever put out. Very fun album. Got some really good songs on it. I would actually say it's slightly better than Vigilance. But then again, that's debatable because obviously the production is better and all that because they were with a record label. But, you know, what are they going to do? They're a great band, so. All right, back in the CCM camp, we've got TobyMac's Eye on It. They are like, or he is like, but he collaborates with a lot of people, so I wouldn't say it's only him. He came from DC Talk back in the 90s, and then he did his own solo project, and that's kind of what this is. But it's honestly just like a big collaboration with a bunch of different people. I went to see him live back Winter Jam, which is like a popular CCM concert venue deal that kind of goes around the U.S. So this album's kind of fun. It's got like some electronic moments and stuff. It's like if you would put together world music and hip-hop with like a little bit of CCM thrown in. So I actually would call it pretty darn unique stuff. But I don't listen to it a lot for some reason. But I do have it. All right. We've got, in my opinion, Trivium's masterpiece, Shogun. Trivium is I don't know what you'd call it. A lot of people call it metalcore, but I would just say it's metal, bro. It's music. That's what it is. But I like it. It's very influenced by Japanese mythology and some other things like that. Jeez, I almost knocked that off of the porch. That was scary. There's Callista. I think that's what that is. This is the deluxe edition as well, so I believe it comes with the CD, obviously, and the DVD, and this is detached for some reason. I think I bought it that way, even though it was new. And I was just like, I don't care. At least I have it. The DVD is kind of fun to watch. It shows off like how he improved his vocal technique and some of the guitar riffs, which are cool. And obviously just them kind of having fun in the studio. So add some value to the album, and it's got some really killer songs. Lindsay likes their song "Down from the Sky" a lot, which obviously everyone likes that song. But yeah, this album's a lot of fun. Check it out if you're getting into metal. All right, we got something a little bit more, well, this is a Sumerian record. This is Veil of Maya's Id, or ID. It's Id. That's what it is. It's actually off of the Freudian concept of id, which has something to do with something scientific. I don't know. I'm dumb, so. But Id is a very good record. This was designed to sound like they were playing in a room together, which I think is kind of literally how they wrote the record. It's a really fun one, and it feels really organic. It's got one guitar player, Mark Akubo, obviously. Oh, I did not know that. It was actually recorded by Michael Keane. Oddly enough, he's the guy that does the Faceless stuff. Veil of Maya, really good band if you're into like technical guitar work and you just want to hear something really techy and you can jump around to or whatever. He's a killer guitar player. But it has got some really good songs on it. You have Codex. They're actually really good with being cohesive, too. A lot of their songs there have like a cohesive vibe to them. Some more Genty gents. We've got Volumes No Sleep. This was their latest record. I've got their older ones as well. They don't release music very often since I think from what I heard, they do their own production and everything. They're released, is this through, Media Scare, which I think is like a lesser known label and everything, so they kind of take their time with their records, but I like this one. It's interesting. It's got some like a lot of clean vocals thrown in there, and like a really different vibe going on. You have to kind of be in a certain mood, in my opinion, to really enjoy Volumes. But I do like this one a good bit. It's got some good songs. Erased is good. Cross the Bed, Vale, Neon Eyes. These lyrics are brutally honest. So if you want to hear some like real life stuff that's a little edgy, then Volumes is your deal. All right, back to, so this is a Christian metal band. I don't have a lot of this, but they're a lot like For Today. They write some pretty like standard metalcore stuff, but I did see them live, and they pulled on a really good show. This is Return to Life, the record they put out right before their newest record, which is Supreme Chaos. They have a really, really talented guitar player. I really like his stuff, but there's some good songs on here, and an instrumental on here as well. So if you like motivational lyrics and all that stuff, but you still want your metal, War of Ages is a really good choice. All right, and this one's got some emotional value to me. This is Waverly's Conquering the Fear of Flight. I got this one quite a while back. I think it was when I met Lindsay for the first few months or so. We listened to this album religiously. It's one of my travel albums that I like to put on whenever I'm going somewhere. I'm on a journey, and me and my wife are just hanging out. It's a really unique record. It's technically in the Christian camp, but it's got some really good lyrics that are applicable to life in general. It's also produced by the same person who produces Red's records, so there's a lot of like really cool symphonic moments and everything. This band is no longer a band, but the lead guy is a really talented piano player and songwriter. He obviously wrote most of these songs, so if you ever have a chance to pick up this record, please do. It's a really good album. It's got a lot of like references to C.S. Lewis's work and stuff, and the lyrics are, in my opinion, ahead of their time in the market and everything as far as this goes. All right, we got a couple more left. This one I take a lot of pride in. This is Wintersun's Time 1, but this is the Finland release. So it comes with a special DVD with like some guitar riff stuff and everything, and they're a Finnish band. So this is the release that's native to where they actually made the album. It's really pretty. It's a really pretty album. It's full of instruments. It literally has over apparently 200 instrument tracks in one song, and there are only 5 songs on this album. The first song, or the second song, has 4 parts, but I don't know how to describe it. It's a lot like I don't know. It's got like some black metal in it. It's got some melodic death metal in it. It's got some progressive metal in it. I don't even know how to describe it, but like it's beautiful. You need to check it out, and it's perfect for winter. It makes perfect sense, all of it. So they were having some financial difficulties because they're trying to make a second one, but they have not yet. But it's absolutely this release is really cool. It's hard to get your hands on. I found it on eBay for like $20 or something, and I was like, I have to have this, because I was really into this a couple of years ago. I still really love this album, but if you're having a cold day and you wanna get your metal on, this album is perfect for that. But the artwork is just really, really cool. And there's some really funny like selfie shots of all the band members that kind of makes me laugh for some reason. Credits, all that stuff. Yeah, but this is the Finnish release, and this is the DVD with like some of the guitar riffs and the recording process that they went through. And here's the rear again. Really cool one. Really like this. Well, this is kind of anticlimactic, but the ending of my record collection are Wow Hits CDs. These are like 2006 and 2007, but at the same time, these Wow Hits album actually kind of hold an important place in my musical discovery phase. Let's see, is it here? Yeah, Relient K is actually on this record, track 7 right there. That is one of the first more rocky songs I ended up getting into that kind of helped me get into music as a medium a little more. It inspired me to play guitar and some other stuff like that, so in some ways this album is both important and not important. So that's kind of funny. And then, of course, a rock compilation for Christian La Kids. This has got some interesting stuff on it. I think it has Red, Emery, Demon Hunter, which I still have a hard copy of as well. So yeah, those are both influential and kind of getting me into some other bands. There is a place for compilation albums. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. That's my entire album collection for now. What I'm probably going to end up doing is I will end up, as I buy more records, I might just kind of show them off, and a lot of these I kind of want to review too, because some of them I've listened to like multiple times over. So I thought that would be a fun thing to do. But if you guys have any ideas on what you would like for me to review, shoot me a comment in this video. There's a lot of digital albums I have. My digital album collection, I would say, is actually larger than my CD collection, but it's kind of how it's going to be now with the way digital music is going. But if you want to become a CD collector, get albums that you really enjoy and ones that you feel like you could appreciate the higher amount of like song quality from, because production is an art form, and a lot of people put a lot of time into making these albums. So if you're a music fanatic like me, CDs are a good way to go, just like vinyl and everything else. But if you guys liked these sets of videos, let me know. You can go ahead and give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. If you didn't enjoy it, then oh well, you can dislike it if you want. Yeah, that was really fun. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.